Contrary to what the society makes of cesarean section, it is not a death sentence. Hi sweets, thank you so much for coming back again to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I am so honored to have you here on my channel, where I share tips and tricks while documenting my motherhood journey, my relaxed hair care routine, and every other thing in between. So if any of this resonates with you, go ahead and click that subscribe button and also tap on that bell so that whenever I upload value-packed content, YouTube will notify you so that you don't miss out. Alright? Cesarean section is not as it is painted to be. It is not a death sentence. So I'm here to tell you that if you have your bundle of joy through cesarean section or vaginal birth, you are strong, okay? My baby girl is almost 5 months. This video should have come up earlier before now because I feel like we are already growing. But be it as it may, I don't think there's any wrong time to share my story with you and with the world at large. Okay, this is my second time undergoing C-section, although I have 3 kids. So my first baby girl was through vaginal delivery. The second one, my boy, was through cesarean section, and now this time around my baby girl was through cesarean section. I didn't have like the major side effects of pregnancy, like the swollen face. Throughout my pregnancy I glowed. My doctor told me it was the best thing for me as at that time, and that was why I opted for that. My journey was going very well amidst other troubles that my baby and I faced during the whole pregnancy journey. That I'm going to be sharing that in another video. Until my 9th month, I think it was even my last antenatal when I went to meet my doctor. Though I wanted to have this baby through vaginal delivery, okay, the baby said otherwise. So as I went for the antenatal, my doctor checked me by placing his hands on my tummy to feel the baby, and then he told me that he was still feeling my baby's head. Her head had not gone down. I don't know the word he used. I think he said birth canal or something like that. He was supposed to be feeling the neck just on my abdomen, not the head, and he could still feel the head instead of the neck. I didn't know it was a serious issue. I was like, okay, so maybe the baby was still going to calm down. And considering the fact that it was a big baby, guys, I don't know why my babies are always big. They said his eyes water, they said he's eating too much. I tried my best to control what I ate. At some point, I think someone told me that it's because my first issue had already expanded my uterus, and so any baby that I'm going to have is just going to go there and just occupy the whole place. I don't know how true that is, but because I had already had a cesarean section before, he said there was no way he was going to induce me so that my uterus doesn't rupture. Bear in mind that at that time I had already passed my due date. I was tired. I didn't even know what else to do. I just wanted to just have this baby in my hands. Guys, for me, I don't like pregnancy. I don't at all. I prefer the postpartum phase, even though I usually have this postpartum depression, but I prefer it to pregnancy. You're just not you until you meet a bundle of joy. So when he checked and found out that everything wasn't alright, that was when he broke the news to me, so that I don't go into labor and then it becomes emergency CS. And coupled with the fact that I lost my dad a few months ago, I wasn't sad because it was going to be C-section, you know. I was just sad because I've gone through a lot. I just wanted the whole pregnancy thing to be over. So we went home, packed my things, and let me even tell you something. Do you know that I bought my baby things 2 days before my cesarean section? Like, I wasn't ready. That night I finally packed my things. My husband and I, we came to the hospital. My mom couldn't come to the hospital with me because according to tradition she's not supposed to spend the night outside, but usually she would be the one to stay with me in the hospital. I actually had my C-section here in Owerri, okay? So we went to the hospital around 9 p.m. because we had to go and get some other things. So the next day, one of the nurses came. She shaved my abdomen like they will be, you know, dissecting. I tied my wrapper. I went downstairs to the theater. So when I entered the theater, they tried cracking jokes. My mom was like, these people are about to dissect me and they're laughing. So what they gave me was a local anesthesia on my tummy. I'm conversant with the cesarean section that they always give the epidural on the spinal cord. The time when they were trying to pull my baby, because my baby was very big. And that was when they even knew that my baby's head was like this, so there was no way my baby was going to even come down, you know. So after making the incision, they now discovered that I had adhesions. Adhesions are when you have your scar tissues. Scar tissues, they have formed. If you have adhesions, they have to separate them before even bringing out your baby. So the more C-sections you have, the more scar tissues you're bound to have, and the more time is going to take for them to bring out your baby. All right. So after everything, they brought out my baby. I think I stayed in the hospital for about even a week. I can't remember. But the first day is always, though with each day you feel better. In this particular hospital, you have to pass gas. Guys, you see, we're passing gas. If you pass gas, you'll just be congratulating you. Everybody now knows that the whole procedure was a success. After I passed gas, I was given Lipton. If you see why I was taking Lipton like I was eating fried rice and chicken, I was so happy. After Lipton, I was given very light pap, okay, and in the evening I think thick pap. Like then the next day I ate rice. Okay, for my first baby, they used them absorbable stitches. I think everything dissolved on its own. But this time around, they used something like staple pins. You know these staple pins that come with, or that you put in your staple machine, your stapler. Okay, that's what they used in clipping my tummy. After 2 days, I was able to stand. So when I finally met my baby, there was this rush of happiness, rush of joy that just went through my whole body. I was so happy to meet her. She started taking formula and water. Guys, my baby weighed 5 kg. Okay, so that was also what contributed to her coming out through cesarean section. I'm going to be sharing some recovery tips, okay? So the first recovery tip is you need to have a positive mindset. It's really a gradual process. It's not easy, but it's always best that you wear this mindset that it's just for the meantime, okay? Another recovery tip is for you to try to do your research. For instance, it takes up to 6 weeks for your uterus to go back to its pre-pregnancy state, okay? So just try to do your research and know what is happening within your body, all right? So another tip is also for you to adhere to instructions, okay? For you to do what your gynae says. Take for instance, if I had not listened to my GP when he said cesarean section is the best for you, I'm not sure I would be here, okay? Because it was during the cesarean section that they even found out that my baby was obliqued. There was no way I would have even given birth to that child. I'm sure I would have developed more complications, all right? So last but not the least on my list is, did you see what I did there? Is giving your body time to heal, okay? I know as human beings, we want the whole recovery process to be fast, you know, so that we can just get on with our lives. And I remember in my own turn, I was researching when the best time was for me to start exercising. It's best that you give your body time, as everybody's body is not the same, okay? So don't be in a hurry. Always remember that you brought in a life into this world. And guys, I don't even know why cesarean section is seen as a taboo. Whether you got your bundle of joy through vaginal delivery or cesarean section, what matters is that you are alive and your baby is alive, all right? And don't even listen to people trying to make you feel like you're less of a mom. I think I saw online where someone posted something like, cesarean sections do not love their babies because they do not feel the pains, okay? What matters is not even the pains, okay? We're not here to compare. What I'm trying to say is the joy of having your baby in your bosom outweighs the cesarean section or the vaginal delivery. It doesn't matter if it's vaginal delivery, it doesn't matter if it's cesarean section, all right? So if you're contemplating cesarean section, or if you've been told that that's the best option for you to bring your baby into this world, this is me seated here telling you to just go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm sure you're going to hear people tell you, no, don't do this, your mom didn't do that, your lineage don't do that, or was it not the same God who put those doctors there? So imagine how many women would have lost their lives if there are no doctors to perform this cesarean section. I'm also saying this because I've experienced it. Someone told me if I belonged to a prayer group, or if I was prayerful enough, that I wouldn't have had a cesarean section, that they would have seen it on time and they would have cancelled it. Like, my prayer group would have cancelled it, or my prayer group would have prayed against it, or something like that. I mean, in this day and age, it's so annoying to find out that some people still reason late. Be that as it may, I'm sure I'm not the only one who must have experienced this. Some other people must have experienced something like this, you know, having to have people, your close friends or your family, or people telling you, no, don't undergo this. It's so shameful that in this day and age people still have this mediocre reasoning. What matters is you being healthy and alive, and your baby also being healthy and alive. Okay, so you cannot fully satisfy the society. Okay, it's best you do what is good for you, or what your doctor sees is the best thing for you. Whoever is trying to discourage you is going to be fine. All right, so just go ahead and do what your healthcare professional says. All right, so I'm going to draw the curtains here, guys. Thank you so much for being my guest, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. All right, see you in my next video. Bye.